everybody, Elaine here from Just Keep Growing. Today's going to be a little bit of a different video. I'm going to react to myself on the radio. I've been on the radio twice this month to be interviewed about entering contests. So my interviews have gone nationwide across on the radio, and so I thought you guys might be interested maybe to hear about what I had to say about winning contests on the radio. Here we go.
So, Jet, my grandmother used to win a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'm talking about the lottery, not that, but contests at local grocery stores, that kind of thing. She always had a stack of contest entry forms on a little shelf in her kitchen. She'd cut them out of the newspaper, mail them in.
Mail-ins.
Okay, how often did you win?
Oh, she won all the time. Now, people said she was lucky, but I don't think it was luck. She put in the work because she knew there was free stuff to be won.
It's true.
And who doesn't like free stuff? Especially right now when things are so expensive.
Right?
Winning
exactly.
food is
so today, we are looking at how you can get some free stuff. Contest winners do it all the time. So the question is, do they know anything the rest of us don't?
I think we'd all like to know what their secrets are. So I talked to someone who enters a lot of contests. Elaine Douglas lives in Beamsville, Ontario, and she wins contests so often that she sometimes loses track of her prizes.
That is true.
You know what? I'm not sure what came in today. I think it might have been my Folgers.
I was in Montreal at the time.
It sounds so silly, but yeah, it gets to that point.
My daughter was getting packages.
Once things start coming in the mail and you're like, oh, I totally forgot about that one.
She's so casual about that. Like, I win so much stuff. Who can keep track?
Right? I mean, she has.
Sometimes companies will send out prizes without telling you that you won. So things do show up without you even knowing. So that's always fun too.
Won a lot of stuff over the last 10 years. She's won toys for her kids. She's won clothes, a year's supply of coffee.
No, she has to have a secret.
Well, her number one secret is probably not a secret. It's you've got to play if you want to win.
And that is
true. On a regular day, Elaine enters around
yeah.
150 contests. And that's a regular day. At Christmas time, when the promotions really ramp up, she can enter as many as 400 to 500 contests a day.
That is wild.
I know.
How much time does this take?
Anywhere between 45 minutes to 2 hours a day. It's
Christmas
a bit of a hobby, but
it
also supplements her income because, you know, Elaine lives on disability. This is a chance to win things she can't afford to buy, like trips. She was telling me about a friend of hers who just won a trip to next year's Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl.
It's a $26,000 prize. She's got flights, $1,000 cash, hotel room, 2 tickets to the Super Bowl next year. Paid for.
That's crazy.
You wouldn't be able to do that on your own usually. Like most people can't do that. So a lot of people, I think, do it just to provide a bit extra and a little fun in their lives.
Big win for Elaine's friend. But what about Elaine, Jen? I mean, she's entering hundreds of contests a day. How does she stay on top of all of this?
She has a system. She has an email account that's just for contest entries, spreadsheets to keep track of her entries and all the deadlines. But there's something else that she has going.
I have my computer set up for contesting. That's a whole story in itself.
For her. And that is that she's not afraid to put herself out there.
How does she do that?
Well, sometimes with contests, you have to put in a little effort. Like, for example, she found out recently that the hair removal company, Veet, was running a contest. And to enter, you had to post a video of yourself talking about your shaving habits.
I'm a naturalist. I don't shave. I don't, any of that stuff.
So she's not exactly Veet's target market, but, a contest is a contest.
And so I posted a video. It was 1 minute and 12 seconds. And I had a feeling, I'm like, you know what? There's really low entries on this. Not very many people want to talk about how they shave their legs or don't.
When she says low entries, you know how low?
No.
7 entries.
There was 7.
Low.
That was it.
And
over
she
2
won.
Social
she won a
media
$250 Amazon gift card.
Yeah.
I talked to someone who would absolutely love those.
My friend won the 1,000.
He's a statistician at the University of Waterloo, and he is always looking for ways to improve his chances of winning.
So we're all
I'm just
familiar
going
with the
to
idea
fast
of the lottery,
forward this
where
part
you
because
buy
it
a
wasn't
ticket,
my
you maybe pick some
part
numbers.
in the interview.
It's the Gretzky approach. You miss all the shots you don't take. If you're entering lots and lots of contests, you're going to win a few contests just by effectively the law of
Chance.
averages.
Yeah, law of average.
I think that's the same formula that Elaine applies. If you want to win, you've got to play.
Well, Elaine would know because she plays and she wins. Like, it sounds like a lot.
Yeah, she does win, except for when she doesn't.
You're not always going to be a winner, and that's okay. Because, you know, not everybody wins a participation award. Sometimes you just end up being a loser, and that's okay.
It is
Sometimes you lose. I think that's what my mother used to say.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's a life lesson here on The Cost of Living, Paul.
And you know what, Jen? On this show, there are no losers. Except for maybe today. Because we are running our first ever contest.
And they did have a contest. I actually got them to run their first ever contest, and it was to win a mug. So they said they had hundreds of entries, and lots of people have reached out to say they've now started entering contests because of my interview. So that's always fun. Now this interview is great. Sorry, that was on the cost of living. I'm going to link it down below if you want to listen to the full segment. It was really fun being interviewed. I was at my brother's house, so I had to like sneak away into a room to try and be quiet. But let me play you this other one. I was quite surprised because the interviewer seemed to be quite impressed. I don't know if impressed is the right word, but quite surprised that people like me exist in the world that enter a lot of contests and actually win them. I don't know, it's something that you get into or you don't. Either you love contesting or you don't understand contesting. So this is from A Little More Conversation with Ben Byron. I'm sorry if I'm saying the name wrong, but here I have to find the interview, so I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. I'm actually on a segment after NASA talk.
Successfully face any kind of medical emergencies away from Earth.
Yeah,
I
medical emergencies away from Earth.
To the as yet unnamed Canadian who'll be part of Artemis 2. That will be the first opening for that for you. It'll be an exciting time to see how the body reacts.
Okay, so I'm on right after this.
Absolutely.
I just thought it was really cool. I'm on a segment after NASA talk, and he found me interesting.
But
Blows my
for
mind.
not as long as space station crew members, so the International Space Station crew members. So, for instance, we're talking about a trip of a few weeks.
I can't fast forward a couple more seconds,
on the space station
but I don't want to miss mine, so it's right up after this.
So we'll learn more. We'll learn different things.
Here's my segment.
Look, winning matters, and sometimes it does. When it comes to contests, certainly winning matters. My next guest is something of a champion herself.
Wouldn't say
if
champion.
You don't play, you can't win. And there are a lot of contests out there, right? There are a lot of companies
I'm just gonna move
who are giving stuff away. And now there are contests that lots of people enter, clearly. And there are contests that a lot of people don't. But you need to be strategic to give yourself the best chance of winning. Sometimes you need to do things like make videos or write essays because those are the ones that people don't like to enter. The easier it is to enter, the more people enter. The harder it is, the fewer people do. And if you enter, it gives you a better chance of winning. Don't take my word for it because I don't enter contests. I don't know why that is. I don't know why that is. It seems like maybe it's just the time or, it's not something I've done over the course of a lifetime. I know people have, but Elaine Douglas from Beamsville, Ontario, near St. Catharines, she's won so many contests she loses track of her prizes. Sometimes she's like, "Oh, I forgot I entered that one. Here it is." And she enters hundreds of contests, sometimes a day. Up around the holidays, it can be like 500 in a day because there are so many out there. But to do that, you need a lot of things. First of all, you need to be diligent, you need to be organized, and you need a plan, right? You can't just do all that without actually knowing how it works. You need a system.
Yeah, it is
and
true.
Elaine Douglas joins us now to tell us all about it. Elaine,
I'm holding my iPad up for you.
Hi, no problem. Thanks for having me.
It is a remarkable story. I mean, tell me about how you first got into contests, period. Have you always been a big fan since you were young, or was it something that you fell into later?
I'd say it was more something that I fell into later in life. I remember I did enter some when I was a kid, but
not many though.
Mostly I got into it by I started to coupon,
Right.
trying to save my family some money. I was, single mom, 2 kids, and just trying to get by. So I
It's true.
started out with
It's hard.
couponing, and I found a giveaway on a forum that was for some coupons, and I was like, oh yeah, this would be fun to try and win. So I entered and I won it.
Wow.
Of course.
What a surprise.
Of course.
And that got the ball started. And then from there, I just started entering all sorts of contests.
Yeah, that was a decade
come
ago.
Up with the system as you did it, right? As you perfected it, you'd sort of start to realize what worked and what didn't. So did that take a while to sort of, I imagine at the beginning you just kind of do it randomly and then you stop doing it randomly.
Yeah, I think what really started it mostly was I had online friends. I started to make online friends that contested as well.
It's true.
So
Having
once
a
I started
community
going
is great.
like, oh, maybe I'll get into this contesting thing. I joined some groups on Facebook, and then you start making new friends on Facebook, and they start sharing contests, and then you start sharing contests,
and then you actually meet them in real life.
Helps each other out.
That's fun too.
So I didn't feel really alone in it of entering all of these contests. I was able to have a community around me that was able to find contests and share them amongst each other, so that we're all able to help each other out.
So, just how many contests are we talking about here?
I enter a lot.
Well, I've been doing this for about a decade now. So I have a system in place. My computer's all set up for contesting. All of my social media basically is following companies. So all of my feeds on my social media.
Just as a side note, I should have plugged myself here, but I didn't. If anybody does want to follow me, on Instagram, I am strictly CDN, so strictly Canadian. And on my stories is where I share all of the giveaways that I'm entering. So you can always just come and look at my stories and see if there's anything there that you want to enter. I will say they are mostly Canadian. Every once in a while, I'll enter one that's open to US and Canada. So if you're Canadian, want to enter contests, go check me out on Instagram. It's strictly CDN. And I'll get back to this.
Are going to show what contests are coming up. And I think my algorithm is set to contest.
It is true.
Because every single time I open up my Instagram, I'll have at least, probably 5 to 10 posts that are contests.
Wow.
But on a daily basis, I'd say on a good day, I'm entering about 100 to 150 contests a day. Come Christmas time, though, once December hits, I'm entering about 400 to 500 contests a day.
400 to 500, even 100 to 150. So I know, because I read an interview that you've done. You have.
I'll link
no
that
one just
down
can
below.
do that haphazardly. You need a system set up to do it, right?
Well, I mean, kind of. Like for me, on my say for instance, if I go on Instagram, I have a bunch of friends that tag me on giveaways. So I don't even have to go looking anymore for giveaways. It just comes up on my feed. It comes to me. Yeah,
so
because
I
we're
always
tagging
have
each
lots
other
of giveaways
back and
listed.
forth. At the beginning, I was really searching for contests, but there are websites out there that do exist that are like aggregates, so they will list all of the contests that they have found that are available.
It's true. There's a lot of them out there.
For either Americans or Canadians to enter. Of course, I'd like to enter all the Canadian ones.
Right. Of
Trying
course.
to get the mic close to you guys.
The smaller that you have your circle for contesting, the more chance you have to win. So say, for instance, I want to have a small circle, I'm going to enter all of my local contests. If I want to expand my horizons, but my odds might be a little bit worse, I'm going to go province-wide. And then I'm going to go Canada-wide. And then I'm going to go international, which is Canadian and US. But you have to understand that the odds of winning a giveaway that are open to Canada and US are way harder than trying to, win a dinner at my local restaurant.
It is true.
Of course. And you must, I know for a fact that you win quite frequently.
I do win. It all depends on how much effort I put into it. A lot of people will say, oh, you're so lucky. And to me, it's really not luck. It's persistence. Like, you have to put in the work in order to get the prizes. Like, I will honestly spend a couple hours either a day or, once Christmas time comes, I'm spending a lot more time online entering contests. So it's almost like a job at that point, but you're never guaranteed to win.
Yeah,
so I could go a month without winning anything. I've entered every single day and win nothing. But I don't
And that's
let
okay.
that get to me. Like, I like to focus on when I do actually get the prizes and do win.
Yeah, you play the long game.
Focusing on when I don't.
You play the long game. Tell me about some of the stuff you've won, because I imagine if you're entering that many contests, some of the stuff is stuff you clearly want, and some of the stuff maybe isn't.
Yeah, well, there are some great prizes
It's a
that I
long
won
interview,
along
eh?
the way. I would say my biggest, best, most rewarding prize was a $10,000 donation to the food bank in pasta sauce.
Oh,
So
that
my
was a good
local
one.
food bank was able to have pasta sauce year long, and yeah, that was delivered right to them, and they were able to have that. So that was a great prize that I
That was a
won.
good one.
That wasn't for me. Things for me that I've won. Oh gosh, there's so many.
There's many, aren't there? I mean, that first one is a great one. I mean, I'd never even thought of it, winning a contest on behalf of your local food bank. That in itself is really
quite a few times. Yeah, I've won another food bank, or the same food bank. I had won them $300 in meats.
Yeah.
I did try to win them a whole year's worth of eggs.
I never
that was
got
a hard
that one.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of competition. Yeah.
For them, but yeah, and I had won them $100 donation from another company. So it's always fun to win on behalf of others. Like, I did try and win a lot for my kids when they were younger. I've also won, like, I won a year's worth of Tim Hortons.
Right.
But
Yes.
I was helping a man walk across Canada with his husky, and I ended up saying to the company, no, I'd really like to give half my prize to him and help, walk across Canada. He was doing it for mental health at the time, and I just wanted to help out. And they're like, let me give them a year's worth, and we'll give you a year's worth as well.
It was $500
You
gift
pointed them out to something that they could support, right? Of course.
Yeah.
Well, what a great idea.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not always just about winning for myself, but winning for others too is always fun.
Do you still get the same thrill when you win, or has it become less?
For sure.
Yeah, really? Oh, great. That's good to know.
Yeah. It's always that little rush when you get that email or you get that notification that, hey, you've been tagged in a post, and it says congratulations all the time. It just, it warms your heart.
You knew I was going to ask you this probably, but your favorite one and you're sort of the one that was the most, well, disappointing might be the wrong word, but maybe your most peculiar one.
I'd say the most handy one I've won, which I use every single day, and probably I will for the rest of my life, is a $2,000 set of pots and pans.
Yeah,
that's a good set. Yes, wow.
Oh, yeah, it's like
Diners
top of the line. Chefs use them. They're beautiful pots and pans. Yeah. So that's the most convenient one. I've won so many like gift cards. I had won my daughter an iPad. The only thing I haven't really won are trips. Like, I'd really like to win a trip. I never won a TV,
use the gift card.
but I've won a lot of different things. Like, I've won coolers, I've won sweaters, I won clothes, I won shoes, I've won. Like, I even won so many running shoes. I gave some to my ex-husband.
That is true.
Wow, that's magnanimous. That's good.
I don't know what magnanimous means. I have to look it up.
Do you know? An extra pair, and like, do you want a pair of running shoes? He's like, sure.
Wow.
Yeah. I've won him a couple of things over the years. He doesn't mind.
You've said that of course, if you're looking for contests, try to find ones that not many people are entering, right? You can kind of spot if a contest has a lot of entrants or not.
Well, I am in a bunch of groups on Facebook where it is a small community of people that enter a lot of contests. So they have an eye out, and they're following companies, and they see their posts right away. So sometimes, like, I entered a Veet contest. It was for Veet Canada. It's a hair removal.
The hair removal, yeah.
I talked about the same thing.
The easiest way for me to check how many people had entered the contest was to follow the hashtag.
Right.
So I followed the hashtag and I checked on Instagram. There was only 2 entries. I had my friend check on TikTok, and there was only like 4 entries. So that made it 6 entries. And my entry only made it 7. And it was the last day of the contest, and it was to do a video of why you use their products, or I don't use their products because I don't shave.
Right. Yeah.
And I ended up still winning $250 to Amazon just by putting up a video of about a minute long of why I don't shave.
Right. Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, it was funny because I won even though I don't use their product, and I
Yeah,
openly
it's true.
say I don't use the product.
I suppose once they start the
Sorry, I
contest,
keep
in
going
their
up and
mind,
down.
they just want to
Try
finish
to
the
stay
contest,
comfortable.
right? I mean, what do you do with
And
the
I think
prize
their
if you
main
don't give it
argument
away?
as well, right? Like the company's always tagged and hashtagged, so regardless, they're still seeing their name on a video, and that's
what their
how
marketing
they want
wants.
their marketing.
Yeah.
Wanted their marketing.
Oops.
Obviously, I'm sure they wanted more people to enter. The grand prize was won by my friend Ivy. She won
Congrats,
$1,000
Ivy.
to
Wow.
Amazon that day. So
Sorry, I keep
There
looking
was
at
a
the wrong
small group
spot
of you.
still.
Well, what?
Yeah.
I mean, it's out there. There's nothing wrong with it. They're out there, right? I mean, that's the
Yeah.
whole point. If you do your homework and,
the more work you have to put into it, usually the less entries there will be.
It is true.
Like
Right.
most people don't want to do a video. Most people don't want to do an essay. Most people don't want to, take a picture and use a hashtag. They just want an easy entry. Those
Trying to
easy
get comfortable.
entries
Sorry.
will have more entries, and the harder entries will have less.
That's
Yeah.
your advice then. If a contest looks like it demands a few hurdles, then your odds of winning are
Exactly.
probably better. So it's worth
Definitely.
specifically if you like the prize, nothing wrong with an Amazon gift card that you're willing to go through those hurdles.
Right. Even like, say, for instance, if you're walking through the grocery store and you see on a package it says submit a receipt and you could win blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Those ones are really great. I've seen so many of my friends winning off of those. Like,
It
Really?
is true.
recently I just had a friend win $10,000, like a room makeover.
Congrats,
So she
Ivy.
had a
Good.
That was a good
$5,000 or
one.
$6,000 TV delivered. She had the sound system delivered. There was a check in the box.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
They lost the
her
TV
friend
during that
just
delivery,
won a
but
big
she went
Super
and
Bowl
tracked
trip,
it down.
So she gets the airfare, $1,000 cash,
Yeah.
the hotel, tickets to the Super Bowl.
Same
All
one.
paid
Yeah, the
for.
Super Bowl one.
So-
Yeah. Well, it's true because I mean I don't enter contests ever, and I always look and think, oh, that looks like a good prize, but I can't be
You should
bothered.
enter.
And you're right. If you bother to do it, if you bother to do it, then you can win.
Yeah.
Well, it's also the outlook that you have. If you
Yes.
feel like you won't win, you're not gonna win.
It's
But
true.
if you have that feeling in your heart that, you know what, I might just win this if I enter, you never know.
You can
Just
win.
one entry could get you that win.
Elaine, you're proof positive of that. Elaine Douglas, thank you so much for your time.
I love this
Have a
ending.
great day.
Listen.
Elaine Douglas. I should mention also volunteers, helps with the local school and their community garden, does all kinds of other stuff. I think she only spends a few hours a day on the contests themselves, if you're curious. But wow. Well, I guess someone's got to win, right? And if you're good at it,
Yeah.
I
I
just
guess
wouldn't
I'm
have
good
the
at it.
patience. I mean, let's be honest, I wouldn't have the patience to do it properly, at least.
Yeah.
But wow, I had no idea
He was
that there were
impressed.
people out there who could enter and win that many contests, and I just thought that's really interesting. People do all kinds of interesting stuff, right? Maybe not things you'd like to do, but wow. Anyway, Shane Hewitt. We'll ask
There
him
we go.
whether he enters contests. I don't know actually. Is Shane a contest entering kind of person?
I don't know.
I would venture to say no, but we'll let him answer after this.
So that was fun. Yeah, that was a really long interview. I was shocked that he put it all up like that, considering the first one, it was just segments, right? So yeah, that was really fun. To be on, I guess I was on like talk radio. But entering contests, either you love it or you don't understand it, I guess. It can take a little, sorry, my cat is making some odd noises over there. It takes a lot of concentration, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of dedication. So, but one entry could win it for you. So even if you just find a contest that you really, really like, try and enter it. You never know. One entry could get you to be a winner. So just keep entering, guys. I hope you like this little segment of me on the news, and I will talk to y'all soon. Have a great day. Bye.